Good afternoon and welcome to Harlan Municipal Utilities Board of Trustees meeting. Today is Thursday, September 26, 2024. I need approval of agenda.
So moved.
I'll second Al's motion.
Okay, roll call.
Onside.
Shelton, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Lucas, aye.
Okay. Approval of consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion with a roll call vote. There will be no separate discussions of these items unless a request is made prior to the time the board votes on the motion. Consent agenda items may include non-controversial subjects. Do I have a motion?
So I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda items A, B, C, D, and E.
Second.
Roll call.
Moss, aye.
Shelton, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Lucas, aye.
Okay. Number 4, Harlan Municipal Utilities Raw Water System Improvement Sections 1 through 4. Pay app number 14 in the amount of $496,697.46.
There again, just a payment to McCarthy Trenching for ongoing work that they've got completed on our raw water project. Everything's going good.
I'll make the motion to approve the in-progress payment of $496,697.46.
Second.
Roll call.
Moss, aye.
Shelton, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Lucas, aye.
Okay, number 5, recommendation from Al Powers of P&E Engineering for pay app number 4 for the 2023 to 2024 overhead to underground conversion project in the amount of $222,822.71.
Like item 4, this is a payment to LFI/Burns Electric for ongoing work completed on our overhead to underground conversion project. Also satisfied with the contract, everything's going good on that.
Just one quick question.
Mhm.
When is this forecast to be completed?
They would probably be complete fairly quick if we had all the materials, but we're waiting on some materials, so spring of next year. And it's still within our window of, what they bid for completion date.
Is there a definitive curtailment plan during the winter? Where it's...
Everything's cleaned up.
Yeah, and we're done waiting for the weather in the spring to come along.
I would assume there might be that chance.
They're not.
I mean, they're not planning on, but I mean, I guess if we really got a lot of snow or something, maybe that'd be a lot of different story, but they are planning to try to just keep working through the winter as long as weather allows.
Okay, good.
All right.
Okay, let's make a motion to pay Al Powers.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Moss, aye.
Shelton, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Lucas, aye.
Okay, and number 6, copier lease quotes. 2 quotes received from Access and Visual Edge IT in the amounts of $238.08 a month and $291.12 a month.
All right, I know in your packet, Jenny's got it kind of laid out as far as the comparison with the two. But our recommendation at this point would be Access for the $238.08 a month. And this is a 5-year lease that would begin in February at the completion of the present lease.
Yeah. How long was our last lease?
That was a 5-year too, wasn't it?
That's what I thought. I thought we did. Okay. And they replace everything, right? Like if it breaks, they come out.
Yeah, and then we're allowed so many free copies and then certain percent or so much per any overage in the black or white or color.
Yeah, so I'll make the motion to approve the lease contract with company Access.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call.
Moss, aye.
Sheldon, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Okay, number 7, $430,000 water revenue capital loan notes anticipation project note series 2021.
Yeah, this resolution covers, or is detailed in the resolution and supporting documentation, the final maturity date of this planning and design loan that we had for any engineering work, pretty much, preparing plans for that raw water project. That's what this loan was for, to be rolled over into the final USDA permanent loan. But looking at completion dates, original maturity date was June 25th of 24. We've extended that, or wanting to extend that, to June 25th of 25, which we should be complete with the project by the end of the year. So there'd be some time, I guess, to get that final or the permanent financing in place. So this allows us to be able to do that with this extension. So it's just an extension on the completion or the maturity date. Any questions?
No, I have no questions. So I'll make the motion to approve the $430,000 capital loan adjustment to June 25, 2025.
Second.
Roll call.
Moss, aye.
Sheldon, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Okay, approval to send out quotations for Highway 59 service extension in the approximate amount of $60,000 for contractor labor to excavate the trench for new service lines.
So this is, this come about because of the Farms Agriland FS new facility down at the corner of Highway 59 and Linden Road. They're needing our water right now. So I put together a set of plans to get water down to them, connecting on at the road 870th going into Monograms. Right there is where we'd start, head south to the north edge of their property. They will use around 80,000 gallons per day during the busy part of the season. So after we started getting into this, we thought there'd be a benefit to installing a 4-inch gas and 1.25 inch fiber conduit in that same trench for future growth. You know, because we're looking at, I think there's some big possibility or continuation of commercial or industrial growth in that area. And then the cost of the trenching could be divided then between the water, gas, and electric. It's more of an economy of scales. So we've got the trench open. We're just having to purchase, the departments are just having to purchase the material and then split the cost of having a contractor actually dig the trench and backfill. Possibly we would have them do the seeding also. We would have employees from each department down there kind of helping put the pipe together, getting it into trench. So that's what the project entails. So we're wanting to go out to get quotations from several contractors, you know, hopefully all local or in the area, to be able to at least do the excavation for us. We will send these in for a DNR permit. Talked to one of the DNR engineers. They know the plans will be coming here either tomorrow or Monday after, you know, if we get approval. And then also we're going to meet up with the DOT sometime next week just to look over. We've already got stakes out there where the alignment's going to be. Mm-hmm. And then we can show that to DOT to get a permit, since we'll be within the DOT right away. Is where this is going to be installed.
When is the facility forecast to be completed out there?
Donald's probably made more contact with the contractor than I have, but he's wanting water as soon as he can get it this fall yet.
They're starting to work on their liquid fertilizers out there, and he was hoping that we could have this done before the end of, I do believe, November that was kind of forecasted.
And we're looking at probably, I don't think it'll take long to get quotations back. We should have those back before the next board meeting. We're waiting on, I think our gas pipe came in.
Yep.
We have our conduit for the fiber conduit already. We're just waiting for our water pipe to get in, but that should be here in the next few weeks. So we'll be ready to roll. And then, like I said, DNR is saying 4 to 6 weeks maybe to get a permit from them. DOT would be a lot quicker to get their permit.
Okay.
Question?
Yeah,
Yes.
Al?
Do you know what the cost of materials are gonna be?
The gas is around 11,000.
The gas is around 11,000.
Fiber conduit was.
Fiber conduit was about
2600.
2,600.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Water,
Water material was somewhere, was $69,000 for all mains and valves and fire hydrants that you're going to.
Thank you.
We purposely upsized the main substantially to accommodate any kind of future growth out there. It's not,
That's the 8-inch.
yeah,
Correct.
that's why it's 8-inch.
And the 4-inch gas.
Yeah.
Because then if something would come across the road too, because eventually, I mean, that could become,
both sides of the highway.
so we could cross the. and-
Yeah, I just have, just similar to the question I asked earlier, what is the impact of weather on trenching? And are we, if they want it really fast, do we have the ability to get it done before the weather comes,
Mhm.
when they need it? So we don't end up with this, we promised, and we don't end up with a delivery to a potential or future customer.
Yeah, I mean, myself, I don't see any issues having that in by probably mid-November, really, realistically.
Okay.
I mean, I would say the end of November is very obtainable in this situation.
I'll make that motion to go out for bids for that project.
Second.
I'll second Al's motion.
Can I get roll call?
Wansdale?
Shelton, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Okay, number 9, proposal for 69 kV wood pole inspection services for conditional structural assessment in the amount of $23,033.85.
Yes, this is the same type of inspection that was performed on our Avoca transmission line in December of '22. Covers the transmission loop that circles Harlan, connecting our 4 substations. Similar price too, I think. Was it a little bit more going south, more poles? I can't remember if that was about 27,000 maybe?
Yeah, that one was a little bit more.
But there, more poles, more distance on that one going south. But
So are these maintenance costs, which is what I consider this, is this factored into the usage fee that we charge people for those poles? Or do they own a % of this maintenance, or does that cover the maintenance? Or we just?
yeah, I mean, our rates got, to help cover our daily activity maintenance.
But those are rented poles, right? In other words, people rent, they pay for usage of those poles.
No, they are our HMUs.
Okay, just the 59 line is others use. those.
59 line, yeah, others use it. We've got 96 point something
97.8%.
% of that, and Mid-American Energy's got a small fraction ownership on that Avoca line.
But we can't charge rental because it's an SPP.
Mhm.
They've got to stay on the same poles.
Yeah.
So there's no agreement for them to be on it.
Question?
Yes.
Aren't these inspections kind of a state law, federal law, to have those inspected?
Yeah, well, we do them every year as well, but this is a more invasive, it's a company that comes in and they drill the butts of them, make sure that they're still solid and everything is, all the materials, all the hangers are all still in good shape and stuff like that.
And they actually treat the poles too.
Yep,
They'll drill a hole and then
inject the osmosis.
inject the treatment into it and help you.
Thank you.
I'll make the motion to approve the $23,033.85 for pole inspections.
Second.
Roll call.
Lost eye.
Sheldon, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Nick, aye.
Okay, number 10, quotes for maintenance on the Avoca 69 kV circuit. 2 quotes were received from Burns and Liberty in the amounts of $60,436.36 and $60,848.46 respectfully.
Yeah, recommendation is to accept the quote from Burns, who was the lower quote. They are also, like you said, the same company doing our in-town work right now. This is for repair work that was recommended on the Avoca transmission line from that December 22 inspection that EXO had done on that transmission line. Looking at the recommendation, replacement of a couple poles, some of the insulators, some broken grounds on the poles, taking care of that. Like I said, taking care of those items from that previous inspection that were recommended.
If this goes to Burns, do they have the capacity to do what they're currently doing and also to do this?
Yes.
I'll make the motion to award the contract for the 69 kV circuit maintenance to the company Burns in the amount of $60,436.36.
Second.
Roll call.
Lost eye.
Sheldon, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Nick, aye.
Okay, number 11, network management policies and practices disclosure.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong here, Dots, but telecommunications policy number 3, policy is in response to the new broadband labeling requirements to document what upload and download speeds that HMU offers so that the information is easily accessible to the public. Pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So it's something that's required.
This is the part of the FCC broadband label. Every ISP has to have looks like a food label, but for broadband. It has to say your cost without discounts and all the stuff where they kind of try to hide what you're actually gonna pay. This is a label that says this is the cost of the internet. And this is the speeds and the latency that you can expect.
Okay.
And we have to do one of those for each package
Yes,
that
we
we have,
do
so
one
we'll
for
be doing
each one of our
10.
speeds, that we have to let our customers know that this is your speed, this is your, latency. And this also goes over how we manage the network, that we're not slowing people down for any reason, and that it's an open network.
Okay, can I get a motion?
It's required, does it need a motion or?
Yeah, you still have to vote on it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second motion.
Roll call.
Lost eye.
Sheldon, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Nick, aye.
Okay, number 12.
Yeah, to answer that, it's required by the FCC, but the board still has to vote on it since it's a policy,
Okay,
so.
that just seemed like it was gonna happen anyway, so
Oh, if we could just do that, we wouldn't need you guys.
there we go.
Sorry, we have to have it.
Well, I was going to throw out one of the possible board action.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you the story, I'll tell you the story about that after the
Okay.
meeting, why everything says possible now.
Number 12, ICN agreement renewal.
Yes, this covers the lease of a dark fiber from ICN, or by ICN from HMU for a connection from Harlan Library to the high school. HMU is compensated $114 per month.
Let's
Are we?
Pretty straightforward.
The $114 you get a month on the ICN.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's a current contract that we already do, we're just renewing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need a motion?
Yes, please?
I'll make the motion on renewing the ICN renewal.
I'll second Hal's motion.
Roll call.
Moss, aye.
Sheldon, aye.
Michelle, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Okay. Information only, McClure Progress invoice $9,919.70.
Progress payment to McClure for engineering services with the raw water improvement project.
Okay, you're up.
Okay, got quite a few items. First is update on the raw water improvements project. McCarthy Trenching is working on completing, just started this week, completing the Crush Rock access road in the south well field, so we're kind of getting close down there. They actually started placing rock this morning. They will also continue to final grade disturbed areas and seed before the end of the month, which is our seeding window. They've got some seeding done last week. And then all the contractors down there, including their subs, will be working on punch list items this week and next. Cahoy Pump Service is still planning on starting on the deep well in the first part of October, we think, we hope. Completion of the deep well is December 31 of 24 this year.
Okay. Is there anything related to agri-lands service that is dependent on deep well production? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be setting, I think, good with water production, just with the wells that we currently have, the new ones, but get this deep one in place and then we'll have some quite a bit of excess, I would say, correct? Next item, overhead underground conversion project update. Boring subcontractor is done with boring work. Had a few guys around here finishing up, setting up equipment bases and grading and seating. Burns Electric, who is the general on that project, is continuing to set equipment, pull wire, and connect services. They are still, or we are still waiting on, since the equipment was a separate bid that we purchased, still waiting on delivery of some of the equipment and wire, which will prevent an early completion of the project. You know, we thought they could be done quite a bit earlier than the completion date, but once we get that, the project will still be completed prior to the specified completion date, but it'll be, you know, probably early next spring. Oh yeah, here's a couple new employees. We have a new employee in the water department, Chris Krackemeyer.
Just like
Okay.
cracker.
Krackemeyer.
Somebody told me to say it.
His first day was September 3rd.
Oh, good.
And then we have our new IT coordinator sitting here, Brian Crable. He started Monday.
Welcome.
Next item, we talked a little bit before the meeting, HMU will have a truck in the homecoming parade Friday. We purchased a couple banners that will advertise the new look of Channel 15 with live broadcasts on Channel 15, including live broadcasts on our YouTube channel. So, like I said, it'd just be me driving the truck is what it looks like, but at least we'll have that advertisement on it. And then kind of on that same note, we received a lot of compliments, I think, on live broadcasts, and we've also had additional interest in businesses wanting to advertise on Channel 15 and Channel 14. So it's having a good reception. And then just an update on our work schedule, changing our work schedule. It's been working well. We've had several instances where customers have requested either early morning or noon hour appointments like 12:30, since everybody's back at 12:30 from lunch. So with our new hours of operation, we've been able to accommodate those requests. So I think they're good, both in water and gas primarily, I think is where we've had that. So things are working good. I think, you know, everybody's happy with it. Haven't had any issues with employees having to get here an extra half hour earlier, I think everybody appreciates it and is working hard to work with it. Line and Construction started working on temporary repairs on our light plant roof. I don't know if you guys had noticed that one windstorm we had, it folded over about a quarter of it. They started on it this morning, in 2-3 days they should have that patched back up. And it's just gonna be a temporary, we'll have to turn back around and bid or get quotes. We've gotta determine, what exactly we've gotta do on that, but to replace everything on that roof. Since it's all tied together and it's gonna be hard to try to match the steel that's there. EMC has already sent the adjuster and we've already received a check to cover the temporary repairs and the final permanent repairs. But with all the storm damage, other storm damage in the area, the permanent repairs there's no way to expect for that to get done this year, so we have to look at completing that next construction season. And then as I stated, we'll have to get plans and bid or quotation forms prepared, hopefully by the next board meeting, for the board to go ahead and say, yes, let's go out and get bids or quotations to approve the permanent repairs. And like I said, this is gonna be watertight, what Linen's doing, so we should have no issues going through the winter, going through even next spring. But I think the bigger time window that we give them, the better prices we're gonna get.
Right.
Instead of trying to force them into a certain window of getting that completed. So we should be in good shape to move forward. Lastly, we had one September anniversary, Trevor Harrison, 4 years.
Oh, good.
Other than that, that's all I have. Any questions or comments for me?
So I have a quick comment. So I've noticed we've got what looks like a pretty modernized fleet. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah.
And we've had some shuffling of assets to get rid of some of our less than comfortable vehicles. We're taking steps on the natural gas. We've taken steps on water. We're taking huge steps on telecommunications. When or where are we gonna have a discussion about, like, whether it's wrapping or advertising on these vehicles? Stemming from discussions that are taking place throughout the city, the phrase "ready to grow" that's where you're at right now.
Oh, yeah.
So how does that, how would we, or when would we have those discussions to say to the community, these investments that we've made
Are paying off.
And now the city and somebody that drives through, stops at Scooters to get whatever, or goes to wherever and sees a utility truck that says "ready to grow" or something like that, because we are only part of or play a large part, we are only a part of economic development for this community. And we've been an excuse for not doing, or being able to do economic development.
Right.
And now we're no longer an excuse. How do we tell people that?
Is the city putting ready to grow on their vehicles?
Would that be a good discussion to have at our October 9th meeting?
Correct.
I
Yep.
just made a note.
Yep.
to add
Because like I
there.
said, we've had discussion with Dots as far as at least telecom, doing something now that we've got that, I guess actually it was a hand-me-down from the meter shop, but that truck there, it's actually trying to put some type of wrap on that as far as telecom.
Yeah,
And that'd be a start.
I'd like to know where the city's ready to grow at. Where are they growing and what are they growing?
I can't speak for the city. I would just say that the utility is ready.
We're trying to get ourselves.
We are, yeah, we're ready to grow,
And then I think there's discussions that
growing.
need to be had
yeah.
as a committee with the certain entities to try to keep
I
moving
mean,
forward.
we're fantastic on ours.
Yes, discussions we'll have. So,
And then the last thing is, a reminder, as we're going through this, we hopefully are taking pictures of before and after type investments, whether it's the gas main, whether it's the water or the well field, so that it's, even the water tower, before and after, where it was, where it's at now. Because at some point, people are gonna wonder, people need to know that you're spending their money
Yes.
wisely and having, you know, consequences or ROI, if you wanna call it, on.
Definitely.
Is Gene still on the line?
Yes, he is.
Was he?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is he the one that we're waiting on to get the alley poles off between 4th and 5th?
Did you hear that, Jean?
I did not.
She was wondering if there's any more,
Is that the media?
any more discussion on the MediaCom poles that are still out there between where did you say?
4th and 5th?
Between 4th and 5th Streets?
That's the poles they own, not our poles.
They're not our poles.
So is the city involved in that then, since they're not HMU poles?
Yeah, Michelle, if this is specific to your questions to me before, we have not done anything, we would not do anything until next year if we're going to consider something, if that's the same topic.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, she said yes, it is.
Okay, so next year now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
because
Jean.
I think that's
That was part of the
quite
contract.
the process. I mean, because it was the process just to get them off our own poles.
They are buried over there.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Okay. We're good. Adjourn? Any more questions?